Okay, today what we've got is something called hybrid Italian eggplant, Nadia F1, and days to 67 days to harvest, and germination date. Now it doesn't say how long it takes to germinate, and in this little thing I couldn't find it either. But anyway, right down here, so we'll see how long that takes to germinate. Well, this is the first sign of germination in this eggplant that I planted. Look at that. Right there, there's something coming up. I don't see anything coming up in the rest of them. But if one is coming up, the rest of them ought to be not far behind. So that's good. Well, here's those eggplant seedlings that I'm supposed to have, and as you can see, there's just one here that has sprouted. So what I've got is I went down and spent $2 to buy another pack of seeds. Now these are new ones, obviously, and it says to sell by December 23. Now that hasn't happened yet, so right now it's May, so these are a little bit fresher. I don't remember what the other ones, how fresh the other ones were, but they were probably really old. So what I'm going to do is replant eggplant in all the rest of these. Okay, so there they are. As you can see, I tried to put 3 in each one, but some of them there was more than 3. Like there's quite a bit in that one. But anyway, I'll go ahead and cover the rest of these up and put a little more water in it, and hopefully in 4 or 5 days these will sprout. Let's go over here and check on our eggplant today and see how they're doing. Alright, if you remember, we planted them right here because one of them germinated before. Let's bring this one up. Now it looks like, yeah, there's 2 germinating in this same pot, but I don't see any evidence of anyone else germinating. So we'll leave these for a few more days. You can see how young that plant looks right there. Maybe some others will come up in the meantime. So we'll give it a few more days and see if something else germinates. Well, today's the May, I think the 23rd, and the last time I put an update up here on eggplants was, I think, May the 8th. And if you remember, I had 2 batches. I planted one a little earlier than that, and only one came up. And so I transplanted that somewhere, but to my chagrin, I can't remember where I transplanted it, so I can't find it. But anyway, the ones I replanted on the 8th, because you know the previous ones that the only one came up, only that one is all there was. So I replanted the whole thing, and let me show you what I've got now. Okay, this is it. This is the eggplant thing that I replanted, and let's pull it out of here. Get it up here. Now, as you can see, looks like 4 in this one, and there's 1 here, and 2 in this one, and there's 2, maybe 3 in this one. So I've got 6 or 8 or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transplant these out into the main greenhouse in the aquaponic environment. But of course, I'm going to have to separate some of these. So let's go over there, and I'll show you how we do that. Okay, well, I hope it's not too loud in here because I've got the 2 coolers running, and I have to keep them running, otherwise it gets hot in this greenhouse really fast. So let's pull these out of here, and okay. Now I've got a bunch of these right here, these grow pots, net cups, and they've got coconut coir in them. So what I'm going to do is I've got a little container of water here, and I'm going to dip these down in there to make them really soaked. And okay, there we go. Now I'm going to just put a a little divot in there, and there's one. See, I pulled him out of there, and we're going to put him in here like that, very gently, and then they're just going to kind of squeeze the coconut core around that, and we'll put this one over here. Now let's take another one here. Same thing, a little divot in there. Alright, so we've got two of them separated, and hopefully the trauma of being separated isn't going to be too much. And one of the things about aquaponics, or even hydroponics, is transplants are a little bit easier to do for plants that like hydroponics or aquaponics, because the water is all around them, and apparently that helps them out quite a bit. So if you try to do this in the dirt and the soil, it'll work, but you have to be a little more careful about it. Anyway, let's take this one here. Now this one's got 3 in it, so the idea being that we'll let that one bust up, and we should be able to pull it apart easily. Yeah, there's one. Drop that in there. Get him comfortable. And that's fine. There we go. And there's another one. And see how they come apart so nicely. All right, and we'll drop that in there gently. And there we go. Okay. And then there's still another one in here. Well, this one here is barely, you can see it's barely germinated. It's still got the seed on top. Anyway, we'll try this one. I'm not too hopeful for this one, but we'll give it a shot. And put that one over there for now. Let's see, and that one over here. Okay. Now this one only got 1 in it, so we'll put that one away like it is. This one's got 2, but as you can see, both of them are not germinated very far. But well, anyway, we'll get one of these out of there. Okay. So there it is. Okay. So here's the one. So we'll put that one in there and let it kind of sit there. Okay. Okay. So the last one has got 3 in there. So we'll dump that one in. There we go. All right. There's one nice one right there. So as you can see, what we've got here is we had, like, I don't know, 4 maybe. Well, there was not very many cups that had sprouts in them, but now we've separated them, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 10 of them now, and we'll hope these will sprout and do well. So. Okay, so I've got a spot for these over there, and let's go over there and I'll show you where that's at. Okay, so here they are, and this is just a little piece of styrofoam here that I've got some holes drilled in that are just the right size for these net cups. So what we'll do, since there's 10 of them, I'll put these in here and kind of spread them out a little bit. These aren't very big plants, but you know, maybe a little bit of room isn't gonna hurt them. So let's see here. All right, now what we'll do is I have some other things growing in here, some celery. We'll move that out and put it over there. Okay, and it looks like there's 2 more. Well, we're not too crowded here, so we'll put that one there and that one there. Okay. So now what we've got is 10 here, right in here. 1, well, I won't count them all, but there's 10 of them. See, and some of them are pretty good, substantial, and some of them are not so good, but they might make it. Here's one that has the seed still hanging on the leaves. So we'll give this a few days and come back and see how it liked the transplant.